So we just read Winn-Dixie chapter 9. So I want you to think about the characters you've been getting to know in your own books. A lot of you have come up with really good theories and ideas, and then also shown me good evidence from your text that supports those theories or ideas. You know them so well that you have formed theories about them and noticed patterns in their behavior. Today I want to teach you, once we understand a character in deeper ways and have a sense of what they do again and again, we can make predictions. So we notice patterns. Now we have a good idea about our character, we can start kind of predicting what they're going to do next in the story. Okay, so that's what we're going to learn today, predictions. So if we look at chapter 9, let's see what it says. Then she made one for herself and put her false teeth in to eat it. When she was done, she said to me, "You know, my eyes ain't too good at all. I can't see nothing but the general shape of things. So I gotta rely on my heart. Why don't you go on and tell me everything about yourself, so as I can see you with my heart?" So who is talking here? So the boys told Opal that a witch lives in this house. And Winn-Dixie does what? He runs ahead and he jumps over a fence, and he jumps where? So Winn-Dixie jumps over the fence and he jumps into a yard with a bunch of overgrown grass. It's not a well taken care of yard. And the boys told Opal that a witch lives there. But Opal decides to be brave, and she jumps the fence and she goes to find Winn-Dixie. And when she finds Winn-Dixie, Winn-Dixie is hanging out with who? So Winn-Dixie, usually we've noticed that she is very kind and she's befriended a lot of people now. And she doesn't really judge people. She kind of gets to know them, right? So that we've seen a pattern of that. So based off of this, when Gloria Dump says to her, "Why don't you go on and tell me everything about yourself, so as I can see you with my heart?" So based off what we know about Opal, do you predict that she's going to open up and tell Gloria Dump everything? Or do you think she's going to be quiet and not tell her anything? Do you think she's going to be honest? What do you predict Opal's going to do? So we're thinking about what we've seen Opal do over and over. So I'm asking, can you guess what she will do next? Can you predict? So are you thinking, like me, that she will open up to Gloria Dump in a big way? So is she going to share all of her secrets? And not even secrets, but just everything that's going on in her head. So let's push even further. Is there anything else that Opal likes to do that she might do here? So I want you to think of the two things that she's opened up about and that she likes to talk about. So what does Opal like to talk about? Winn-Dixie? Does she like to talk about her mom? So let's make those predictions and let's see if those predictions are correct. So we predict that she's going to share about Winn-Dixie, how she got her, and her mom, right? Because she just found out some new information about her mom, and she's very curious about her mom. So I told Gloria Dump everything. I told her how me and the preacher had just moved to Naomi and how I had to leave all my friends behind. I told her about my mama leaving, and I listed out the 10 things that I knew about her. And I explained that here in Naomi, I miss my mama more than I ever had in Waltley. I told her about the preacher being like a turtle, hiding all the time inside his shell. I told her about finding Winn-Dixie in the produce department, and how because of him I became friends with Miss Franny Block, and got a job working for a man named Otis at Gertrude's Pet, and got invited to Sweetie Pie Thomas's birthday party. I even told Gloria Dump how Dunlap and Stevie Dewberry called her a witch. But I told her they were mean, bald-headed boys, and I didn't believe them. Not for long, anyhow. So were your predictions correct? Did we predict that she was going to open up to Gloria and tell her everything? So our predictions are based off of our past knowledge, right? So we've seen how she was in the grocery store. We've seen how she was with Miss Franny Block, and how open and bold she is with Otis at Gertrude's Pets. So we can predict that she's probably going to befriend Gloria Dump, right? And tell her everything that's going on. So if we recap, do you see how we used our knowledge to correctly predict what Opal will do next? Okay, so now we have a good feeling about Opal. We can kind of pretty much predict what she's going to do throughout the book now. So I want you guys to do this with your own characters. So you all are reading a book, and you all have ideas about them, and you all have seen patterns in their behavior. So now I want you to try and do this with your characters. So think about what's been going on and what your character usually does over and over and over again. And you're going to make a prediction. What do you think the next step is that your character is going to do? So I want you guys to take note of that, and we're going to talk about that in class today. So I want you guys to come up with some really good predictions, and then we're going to share them in class.